Today we will show you how you can have your YouBaze account communicate with your MailChimp account. MailChimp, as you know, probably know, enables you to send emails to groups within your company, whereas YouBaze allows you to send automated emails, but those are one-on-one emails, so that's the difference. So let's connect YouBaze with MailChimp. If you haven't been connected with MailChimp yet, you will find a notification on your dashboard. That's this one over here. Click on the setting icon or go to settings and search for MailChimp. So go to search, MailChimp, and click on MailChimp setting or AP key. If you haven't opened a MailChimp account yet, you should register first at MailChimp.com. MailChimp is like YouBaze, free in the beginning and very affordable after you've reached your limits. So you need to connect your YouBaze account with an AP key, which you will find in your MailChimp account, which we already have created for this tutorial. So let's go to MailChimp. So go to your company name, top right, and go to account. Click on extras and choose AP keys. You can create your own AP key over here. We already created one, so let's copy and paste it into the YouBaze setting. In YouBaze, you segment your business relations into groups. We have created 5 for you by default, so that's customers, prospects, suspects, suppliers, press, and general. And you can add your own groups too, of course. So in MailChimp, you work with lists. Each group needs their own lists. So if you haven't created a list in MailChimp, YouBaze will ask you if you want YouBaze to create these lists for you. Just say yes. Yeah, go click on yes. If you already have added relations to your newsletter email list, YouBaze will add these relations to the list in YouBaze. So now you see that these lists have been made in MailChimp, and list names created by YouBaze hold YB at the end. Just save it. YouBaze notifies you that your AP key works and that you are successfully connected with MailChimp. So if you go back to your dashboard now, you will see that the MailChimp bar is green and notification is gone. If you don't want to see the MailChimp status bar on your dashboard, just click on the setting icon on the right and disable dashboard notifications. If you go back to dashboard now, you will see it disappears or disappeared. So what happens behind the scenes? Let's get a little closer and go to groups in your settings. Type groups and choose manage contact groups. So you see now that all of your contact groups have been connected to a MailChimp list, and each list has got its own list ID. If the list ID is underlined, this means that this list holds a number of your business contacts in YouBaze. So if you click on it, you will see which contacts that are. You click on customer and you will see 2 customers in your list overview. We go back and choose prospect. You see 1 prospect. So if you go to your MailChimp account now and go to lists, you will find the list created by YouBaze. Like mentioned before, these list names always carry your group name plus YB. Please never delete lists in MailChimp that are being linked to a YouBaze group. And here you can find your list IDs. Just change it a little bit to group, save it, and when we go back, you will find groups, of course. Let's go to groups and settings, manage contact groups, and you will see that the same list ID is linked to the group you just linked MailChimp to. On a contact level, you can find the status of your newsletter email list. Just find the contact, you go to the India Shoe Factory, and here you will see the status of the newsletter email for this contact. As you don't want to think about adding a contact to your newsletter list every time you add a contact, then you can preset it as a default per group. So let's go to settings and contact groups and see how that works. Type groups again, or use the setting icon behind the contact group field. Here you can overlook which group will be added to a list automatically. So officially this is of course not an opt-in way to add somebody to an emailing list, but to our opinion it must be possible if you like to inform your suppliers or customers with an important message. So they can always opt out with the unsubscribe link you use in all your emails. So suspects are another type of business, as you don't have a business relationship with them. So it's better not to add them automatically on a list and use opt-ins for that group. So if you don't want to add them, just say yes or no by default and save it. Let's add a new contact and see what happens now. Add a contact and choose customer and fill the rest in with a little speed. There you are. Because your default in the customer group in your setting is newsletter email yes, this automatically will be preset, so you don't have to think about it. If you save it now, it will be set on your newsletter. So in this case, John Doe has been added to the MailChimp list with this email address. So the general email address will not be used for MailChimp. If you go to list now, in your MailChimp account, you will see that YouBaze has created these lists with YB at the end. I already told you before. You will notice too that no context has been added to the list so far. Keep in mind it takes about 2 minutes before change in YouBaze finally gets processed in MailChimp. So it takes a little bit of time. You can work with your own groups of course, so just add a group in the setting groups. Go to groups again and let's add a contact group and name it new extra group. We set it newsletter email on yes. If you don't want YouBaze to set it on yes, just change it and set it by to no. Each new group you can create needs to be linked to a MailChimp list, so you can choose an existing list or create a new list. We already created one for this group, so I choose an existing list, and if I click on choose a list now, you will see all the lists that exist in MailChimp. Choose new extra group, save it, go back to list, and you see the list ID has been linked to this group. So let's add a new group and have YouBaze create a new list for you in MailChimp. That's possible too. So make it new extra group. Newsletter email on yes. Choose create new list. And in this list with groups, you will find the extra group we just created. So link to the new list ID in MailChimp, so you don't have to do anything. We do the work for you in MailChimp. Again, here you will find the list YouBaze has created in MailChimp with the YB behind it, new extra group YB. So let's show you where you can find the list ID. Click on settings and list name and defaults. and here is your list ID. If you go back to YouBaze, you will find same list ID linked to your group. Last but not least, I will show you how you can use the template you use in MailChimp for your nurture mails in YouBaze. Can be very handy if you want the same design. Go to nurture mails in YouBaze, click on one, and you see the design is pretty plain and boring. So if you want to use the same design, go to MailChimp and find the design you used for your last campaign. Go to your last campaign you have actually sent out with MailChimp. Click on the campaign name and then go to HTML source. Select all, copy it and go back to nurture mails in YouBaze. Click on a nurture mail and click on source, select all, and paste the HTML source from your MailChimp template and click on source again. You will see the design appear now. So don't forget to check and change all links you use as they are used in MailChimp. And here you are. Same design. That's it for today. Thank you for watching and see you next time.